Now hold on.
Have you ever seen a body go through a wood chipper?
What?
Have you ever seen a human body go through a wood chipper?
No.
Imagine it.
Oh, okay.
Pretty bad, right?
Yeah.
Now take what you're imagining and make it slower. Make it one body part at a time. Right arm in, yanked out. Left arm in, yanked out. Right leg, etc., etc.
Okay.
That is you if Bergeron misses so much as one shift the entire playoffs.
What if...
Get the fuck out of my sight.
Okay. What the fuck?
Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team, that is a dub! And that is a record setting, once again, dub. 65, 12, and 5. The greatest regular season record of all time. That's it. That's the tweet. Incredible! This game wasn't, but the record is incredible, and it's something that we should be very proud of. And yes, we. God, I hate it when people are, we, I didn't see you lace them up. I'm part of this team, damn it. All of you guys are. All of them. All of them. This game was so strange. The Canadians are bad. And they have a lot of injuries. It's not even worth going through it. They shut a bunch of guys down for the season. The only thing they're playing for is pride, preventing us from extending that record-setting season, and pride. That's it. That's it. And they came out, and they played with pride, and you gotta respect them for that. You truly do. For us, Swayman gets the start. Bummer that we didn't see Boosie. Boosie backed him up, but that's fine. You want to keep the back? I don't know. I don't get it. Everybody else did too. Krejci is the only one who did not start. He will be ready for game 1, we've been told. On Monday, we believe it will be. We play basically our full roster. Why, you may ask? Well, apparently the team leaders, players, thought that they needed another tune-up game. And then they treated this game like a throwaway up in Rochester. That's a good reference. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I get that the whole, like, you don't want too much rust to build up. You'll be off for 3 days. I'm not a fan of that decision. Let's just say that. I'm just not a fan of it. That's fine. I'm not an NHL coach. We'll move on. Lauko is going to take Freddie's spot in the third right wing, and then Freddie is going to center that fourth line. Nosek is going to rest up for the playoffs. If you're going to choose someone to rest, it should be Nosek. Oh, man. So Freddie's going to center Greer and Hathaway. Our pairings should be Orlov, Mack, Lindholm, Carlo, Grizz, Clifton. Those are the lines, those pairs I expect for game 1. Before we talk about this game, just a little bit. Brick said it best. Take a moment to bask in the greatness that was this season. Just a moment. The memories, the Winter Classic, the comebacks, the handling adversity, handling injuries, the wins. Just take a moment, breathe it all in, enjoy it. Because tomorrow morning, our record is 0, 0, and 0, and we need to get to 16 wins. This team can do that, but we gotta do it. God, we gotta do it. And we're gonna do it! I believe! But let's talk about this game, shall we? Puck drops! And 45 seconds in, Swayman kind of showed us early that maybe he didn't have it tonight. I'm kidding. Obviously, this doesn't have any bearing on his mentality or anything. He accidentally flipped it out of the zone, so we're gonna go to the penalty kill immediately because of a delay of game, because he threw it over the glass. That's fine. We kill it, because a penalty kill is really good. And then 3:27 in, a harmless flick of the puck from the left point onto the net after a Bertuzzi turnover, like a really bad turnover on the right side. It gets moved to the left point. It's flicked onto the net. Swayman makes the first save. Condetta is there to get the rebound untouched. Because I guess we weren't ready for the turnover. Zaka's just coasting behind him. Not even paid. Like, he's just not on top of his man. So Condetta takes another shot. Save made again, but it goes up. And Condetta, I think, perfectly at that line of the bar. I think this is a legal goal. Smacks it in. And it is 1-0 right over his shoulder. 1-0 early in the game. And you just go, okay. But it's fine because 9:19 in, Pasta's going to force a turnover in the offensive zone and then take the puck and wrap around the net to the left side of the ice. He's going to fling it up to Clifton, who's coming down that right side of the slot. He's going to collect and quickly fling this right back to Freddie, who is on that back door, across the crease, tap in. Takes a weird bounce, but he's able to finish the job. It is 1-1 on a Freddie goal. His first in a little while. We needed that. Freddie actually had an excellent game. It's weird when you see Freddie and Pasta on the ice at the same time for a moment. Obviously, those are line changes that are happening. It's just a weird mixture. 9:55 left. Barron is going to go for tripping. We're going to the power play. The movement was fantastic, but no dice. That would be the one good power play we'd have this whole game. The rest were abhorrently bad. Horrible. Anyway, let's move on. 5:20 left. DeBrusk wins a battle on the wall in our zone and feeds it up to McAvoy. Takes the zone, flings it to Marchand on the left point. He slides his way over to the top of the slot, hammers this to Bergeron, who's coming down the right side of the slot to be in his little bumper position, but it gets deflected over to the other side of the ice, gets behind the net. McAvoy is there. He's going to fling it back up, looking for DeBrusk once again. It does take a very weird bounce, but DeBrusk is able to corral it, and at an extremely sharp angle, throws this on net, and somehow it squeaks past Montembeault. And it is 2-1 on a sharp angle shot. You don't see a lot of those. You will in this game, though. 5:01 left. Pitlick for tripping. Power play. It was fucking terrible. And it was terrible because of Marchand. Marchand had two passes. Two that were not intercepted or just didn't get off his stick correctly or, just errant pass. No, he had two passes just directly to the stick of opposing players twice while he was high in the offensive zone. High meaning by the blue line. Gave up a couple good scoring chances the other way. It was awful. Marchand, the entire game, was playing at a speed that I know we've had our issues with Marchand lately. We're just confused because of how good he has been previously and how this season he hasn't really put it all together. But this was atrocious, this game. It's like his mind couldn't keep up with the speed of the game, so he just kept tossing it to the Canadians over and over and over again. It was extremely strange. I'm not freaking out about Marchand. But this was a terrible showing for him today. It was really bad. But that's okay. He's going to get it back, I believe. 2:50 left. Edmondson clears the puck over the glass. And after that, while the stoppage is happening, Weidman gets spicy and ends up getting called for cross-checking. So we are going to have 2 full minutes of 5-on-3. And it's awful. A ton of just passing the puck around. No one gets a shot on net, and then we just wait till it's intercepted or bounces away from us and it's cleared. It was awful. Awful. 13 seconds left. Clifton's going to go for cross-checking. We're going to kill the majority of that in the second period. Second period starts, and Bergeron is not on the bench, and we do not know what play happened, when it happened, but we get an announcement of an upper body injury, and he would not return due to precautionary reasons. And everyone just went, that is exactly why we have no fucking clue why everyone's in this game. That's exactly why. And now you're sitting there going, okay, we're going to hold him out. It doesn't seem to be a big deal. But someone else has to pick up those shifts. Someone else has to play more minutes now. I just disagree with it. I just disagree with it so much. We kill the rest of Clifton's penalty. 2:30 in. Pasta gets a breakaway, goes post and out. Pasta could have had a hattie tonight. Oh, how fun would that have been? 5:23 in. DeBrusk is going to go for tripping. penalty kill. During this penalty kill, a 2-on-1 gets broken up for us. It's a 3-on-1 back the other way. Carlo races all the way back to knock down this pass and then send the puck back up to Coyle, who's going to take the offensive zone or attempt to. He gets hooked, so he's going to draw that hooking call from Pitlick for 1 minute and 11 seconds. We're going to be 4-on-4, and then we'll have 49 seconds of a power play. 7:16 in. During the 4v4, failed clearance by McAvoy. Suzuki was McAvoy's man. He goes straight to the net. And then Edmondson, who intercepted that failed clearance, is just going to fire this from the left point on net. Chest tight. And Suzuki gets a tip, beats Swayman, and it's going to be 2-2. 4v4. I hate that, but it's fine. We'll move on. And on our short power play, as it ends, Montreal clears around the boards, and Pasta is there, and it hops over his stick. And of course, right as Pitlick gets out of the box, that is what happens. So he gets to rush in on the puck, and Swayman decides to race him to it. The result of that is Swayman doesn't get there first, and he is on the right wall of the defensive zone. And Pitlick, who very selflessly decides to pass this to Pezzetta, gives it up to Pezzetta. He has a wide open net, and it is 3-2. This game was a mess. A mess. And then we have a great shift. Right after that, we have a great shift. We kept pressure up for multiple scoring chances. 6:01 left in the period, and Lauko, he's going to feed Orlov, who's skating down that left wall. He creeps in on Montembeault, and it's a wicked shot. It's a sharp angle. There's no room at all. It stays in the net for half a second, but he finds that angle over the shoulder, about that much space, and bing! Right in. Skorlov is a great name for him. I really believe that. 3-3. And with 4 minutes left, Taylor Hall's going to get a breakaway. Goes backhand, misses wide, period's going to end 3-3. And you just assume that the Bruins are going to wake up and go, okay, all right, we're missing Bergeron, we're missing Krejci, we're missing Nosek, but we're gonna just finish off this game. And 3 seconds into the third period, Pezzetta's going to go for high sticking. Drawn by Hathaway. Power play. And with 57 seconds left of the power play, if you didn't watch the game, just guess what happens here. Do we score or do they score? You know the answer. You know my tone. 2-on-1 for the Habs after 4 guys get caught up high when Orlov joined the offense. A save was made. It goes back the other way. We do make the save. Swayman makes the save on that initial 2v1. But then they outwork us. They retrieve the puck. They fling it up the slot to Barron. And Barron just buries this low glove off a weird flub of a shot. But it works. It gets past Swayman. Low glove. 4-3 short-handed goal. We do nothing with the rest of the power play. The power play is not fixed. Awful. Awful. 11-12 left. This game's weird. DeBrusk in the neutral zone. Gets the puck. It's poked away from him. Greer is there in support. Gets the puck. Tries to go 2v1. It's poked away from him. Coyle is in support. Grabs the puck. Fake shot. Then goes left around the defender. In on Montembeault. And with the sharpest of angles and no room to lift it over the shoulder, somehow he does. 4-4 tie game. This game is so weird. With 10:15 left, Greer and Edmondson are going to have a fight. Edmondson wins. He just does. Just clocks Greer a couple of times. He has a bit of an advantage on the reach on that one. But hey, Greer was standing up for himself. He didn't like the way that Edmondson was staying on him about some stuff. So you got to respect a guy who's willing to shed him when you got to stand up for yourself, you know? No one's taking a fight for Greer. Greer's got to do that on his own. And that's the life of a fourth-line guy, and you just got to respect it. 9 minutes left. Orlov leading the charge. Takes the zone. Dishes it up to Bertuzzi on that left point. Bertuzzi is going to fling this right back to Orlov, who's on the bottom of the left circle, a little past the bottom of the left circle. And this is a perfect tape-to-tape, hard, low pass through the crease to Pasta for a tap-in. And the defense was there, too. I don't know how this got through, but it got through. And that's 5-4. That's your game-winning goal. With 1 minute left, Montembeault gets pulled. We never get a chance, really, at the empty net. And that's it. That's the 65th win of the campaign. And now, everyone's even. The records are all even. Game notes? Ugh. I don't get it. I don't get it. If you were going to treat this game like a beer leaguer anyway, why, and this isn't me criticizing the team so much, because, like, I get it. It's hard to get up for this game. It's hard to lock it in for this game. But this isn't a tune-up game because you're not setting good habits. You're not building confidence because this was a mess all night. Your special teams was, I mean, your penalty kill was good, but your power play was a mess. Your goaltending wasn't good. Your defensive structure wasn't good. Your transition wasn't good. Like, you're not setting good habits. You're not being physical, which we don't want you to be right now, but good habits includes physicality, includes getting to the dirty areas. That's not happening in this game. So it's not a tune-up. It's just keeping the legs moving is all it is. Keeping the hands and if you're not staying up to speed with the game. So again, not a tune-up. Like, there's nothing about this game that is a tune-up, is what we were told was the whole reason for it. So if you're not actually taking the game seriously and using it to lock in good habits for the playoffs, then why are you risking injury to your best players by playing them? It just doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. I don't think there's anyone who can convince me that this was a great idea to have a full roster for this one. As close to a full roster as you are capable of having. It doesn't make sense. So, I disagree with it. And you know what? It's fine. Because no harm, no foul. We're being told Bergeron is fine. And they have 3 days off. So yeah, you make sure you don't add up rust or anything. I did see a good point of someone being like, hey, they need to know how easy it is for a game to slip away. Good. They sure did see it, but then they still won. And they still won listlessly. They were playing around. They were all-star gaming it, and they still won. I don't know. I don't think this was a great idea, and I haven't seen an argument yet that made me go, oh yeah, that's a great reason to have people's health risked in this game. Personally, I don't like it. Just don't. Marchand is another game note. I'm a little worried, but I'm not worried. I think he still has it in him. I think he's still a great player as he is. I think he just has to lock it in. And it's going to take 1 or 2 good games, and he's just going to whoosh. Because he's still basically a point-per-game guy this year. He's fantastic. He's just not at the level we are used to. And that's kind of funny when you look around and look at the team and look at how well they perform. Because imagine if Marchand was also his 100-point self this year. The record might be even better. That's great to think about. Anyway, bring on the Panthers. Florida Panthers, there's going to be a preview coming out this weekend, likely Saturday night. They're a good team. They're a really good team. They've been a very good team over the last couple of months. Their goaltending is a question mark, but they were not my first choice to play in the first round. But at the end of the day, we should be favored in any matchup in the first round, obviously, and really any matchup through the playoffs. You have to beat the teams in front of you. And I don't want to hear anything about a bad matchup because I'm going to say it. I know I'm going to say it. I'm going to be a hypocrite. It is what it is. You should be expected to beat this Florida team. And I'm really excited to watch. I'm really nervous, but I'm really excited. Go Bees. Go Bees!